Hey, how you doing?
What we call gardening for dummies. This sheet, if you want to shift, we have them broken down in all your habitats in your yard.
I'm Frank Feldbaum, a consultant for DCNR on native wild plants. The stump that you see behind me is a 200-year-old white pine stump. We brought it down from State College. It weighs over a ton, and we set it into place with a crane. We have some other things to talk about in this particular garden that you'll probably see later. Dave will shoot some shots of that. But we have native wild plants in this garden, and that's what we're really promoting. We're encouraging the citizens of the Commonwealth to shift to native wild plant gardening. These are the most forgiving plants. They're drought tolerant. They've morphed in Pennsylvania for 50,000 years, and with them being here for 50,000 years, they've adapted to their specific environmental needs. We have major lists of plants. This particular Bayscape guide actually goes into detail for you to even plan how to landscape your backyard with native wild plants. And you're going to say, well, we have the plans, but now we need the plants to go ahead and put in them. Well, we went ahead and developed a backyard habitat guide that actually lists many, many wild plants that you can use in your garden. And this thing, once it's open, gives you the listing and even colors of the plants. So you aren't only using and dealing with plain Jane dandelions, as everybody thinks that's the wild plants of Pennsylvania. You have some really beautiful colored plants within the Commonwealth. So we went ahead and even made our sheets. Here is the gardening for dummy sheets, as I call them, but it is a fantastic reference. Each one of these sheets represent a habitat in your garden. One's a shady, moist area, one's a sunny, moist area, one's a shady, dry area, and a sunny, dry area. And we have literally hundreds of plants that you can pick from. What I do is I wish to encourage the people to go ahead and start asking for these plants at your local nurseries. Be sure you go in and ask for the full Latin name of the species. Rudbeckia is your brown and black-eyed Susans, but you have to ask for Rudbeckia hirta, which is your Pennsylvania-specific species. So that's the kind of difference. Yeah, you can get all kind of brown and black-eyed Susans, but you want the Rudbeckia hirta. Then we came together with a deck of cards that will be available on the Fish Commission's website for purchase and through DCNR. This is a list of plants that you do not want in your yard. These are the invasive species of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. They're from Bradford pears, Oriental bittersweet or Asiatic bittersweet. We have periwinkle slash crepe myrtle, creeping myrtle, and then English ivy. So those are the four right off the top of my head that I'm sure every gardener has in their yard. And again, we aren't advocating that you go ahead and rip your gardens out, but we're advocating when you destroy the plants or weed them out of your garden, you dispose of them responsibly and don't throw them into the woods, because these are getting away from all the gardeners in the state and they're creating huge problems within the Commonwealth. So enjoy your gardening and think native and plant native wild species. The display that we're looking at today has hundreds and hundreds of man-hours in it. It's a collaboration of the Pennsylvania Parks and Forest Foundation, DCNR, Pennsylvania Game Commission, Fish Commission, the Audubon Society of Pennsylvania, and the Alliance of the Chesapeake. There's been over 25 volunteers and paid professional staff members a day working on this. It's taken us 6.5 days to put this particular display together. There is a 12 football field lengths of wallpapers in this, and it's a very substantial amount of work. I would probably rethink the display again from the amount of hours that we put, anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day, some of the people were working here. But it's a collaborative effort of the conservation groups promoting native wild plants to be used in Pennsylvania's gardens, and we really hope that everybody starts using native wild plants to enhance their garden.